You're funny.
Idiots, freaks, and weirdos. We call it the J. Thomas Show.
Right.
Howard 101.
Shuley is back in Vegas. Is he? He must be at the tech convention, I think, and the porno convention or something. And he will not be with us today. Ira the Weatherman will be in. Kristina Palumbo is in the studio. Al is on the phones, and Garrett Andritz is running the things. Those are the players. And I'm coming to you from California. People go, what time is it there? It's 20 minutes to 5 in California.
Morning.
Good morning. I get up at 2:00, go, and then I start at 4 on the West Coast. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't. It takes me like 20. I go to bed early. I hadn't smoked a joint in quite a while, and yesterday, how sometimes somebody gives you something and they keep saying how great it is, and so this guy had given me a little bud. And we didn't have anything to smoke in it. We didn't have any cigarettes, no paper, no nothing. And we didn't even have a lighter. So for some reason, and in California, it's hard to find a lighter and stuff that people just don't smoke. So my friend goes into the bathroom of the restaurant and gets the center section of the toilet tissue thing, the cardboard.
Yeah. It's
amazing to me. And I said, what are you going to do? He says, let's go in the parking lot. He cut a hole in the roll, put the bud over the hole, then squinched it down, and you put kind of a bass mouth over the edge of the thing, and he lit it on top of the toilet tissue roll. And we smoked that.
What?
Watch, hold it. You get the roll, right? And you crimp the front of it and make it kind of flat. And you put a hole in it, right? Put a hole in it.
Okay.
And you hold it closed. So then the back end has this big wide mouth. It's like was it Mickey's wide mouth, those beers, whatever they were. And you put your mouth on that, you light that little hole. It doesn't light the cardboard or anything. And you suck in. I guess the same thing as like with a tin can, right? But we did it with a toilet tissue roll, right? Huh. So I get so stoned, and I'm always on these diets and everything else. So I got a salad with a little piece of salmon on top of it, right? Then an order of onion rings.
Yes.
Giant order of onion rings.
Nice.
Then, oh yeah.
Totally cancel out that salad.
Gone. Salad's gone. And the salad had apples, and it had a little strawberry on it. It was delicious, right?
Oh,
and then I said, God, I'm still hungry. And then I got the onion rings. And it was a tower of onion rings. Gigantic tower.
With dipping sauces?
All of it. But it was for like 4. But no one wanted them, so I ate every one of them. And then I drank a couple of beers, which I never drink, and then I needed a vodka and got that, and then I had a little creme brulee. Now I get home and I still got the munchies, and I ate a bowl of cereal.
That's the best cereal.
I ate some honey nut Cheerios. It wasn't that late. It was about 7, It was 7:00. And then we've been buying, this berry that's supposed to be so healthy, acai.
Acai, yeah.
They cover it in dark chocolate and they sell them at Costco. But I only think you're supposed to eat like 4 of them. I had like a bag of them last night. It's unbelievable. Well, when I got up, it looked like one of those. It looked like Cool Hand Luke when he had all those eggs when his stomach was, distended. Yeah. That's right. So, yeah, that's the bad thing about the pot. Kristina, you smoke pot. Do you get the munchies?
You smoke pot?
No.
Oh, yeah. She's a good one. She's a good girl.
No.
Yeah. Let's go to Rob of New Mexico. Rob, have you ever done a toilet paper blunt before? Have you ever done one of those?
Well, yeah, the first day of high school.
Yeah.
And it freaked me all out.
Wait a minute.
But you were doing it wrong, Jay, because you don't fold the end of it. You hold your hand over the end of it, and then when you're done taking the hit, it's like the carb of a bong, and it gives you a really good just turbo blast at the end there.
Well, it was coming out of the big end. I mean, the smoke was filling the cylinder, and
Do you need somebody to light it for you? I feel like you need 3 hands for this.
You do. You need 4 people. It was a technical thing to get the thing, and I'm not very coordinated. So they were holding it. Somebody was holding my head.
Can't you find an apple in L.A. or something?
No, couldn't find anything. It was, we were in a restaurant, and there's no matches. You can't get a lighter. There's no nothing. It's, you can't smoke. So, but after I was stoned, I became interested in how he got the roll out of the toilet paper. I became very interested in that, how that would happen.
And then he wrote a show about it every time.
And you know what? He was so stoned he didn't remember how he got it out. That was the other one. So but I like the toilet paper blunt, Rob. I like it very much.
Oh, it works well. It gets you really stoned.
Well, good. Rob, thank you very much. Rob in New Mexico.
Yeah, have a good day.
It gets you stoned because it's a big, it's almost like a smoke signal coming at you. It comes out of the big end.
It's like a 50 caliber.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bong shot. Like it's kind of.
It is. It's like a bong. Yeah, it's like a bong shot. It has that diameter of one of those porno stars, Kristina. You ever see those? Well, when they pull those things out in the porn, I'm going, Jesus, if I would, and then that thing starts to go off. Oh, God damn. It's unbelievable. To make it look like I have that much semen, I actually have to spit, Here I'm coming. Here I am, baby. I put water in my other hand and throw it on there. Here I come, baby. I have a little rag.
It smell like salmon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, last night I would have smelled like acai, salmon, dark chocolate, apples.
I like how you're blaming it on the weed, yet it's probably just a food hangover you have.
I'm not kidding you. I tell you the truth, I'm having trouble getting close to the mic. My stomach is right up against the board.
Just pick that right up and set it down on the table, Jay.
And I'm always around these people, especially the Hollywood types, and they have these incredible diets in case they get a job or something, right? And they're always eating like grain or an apple. I have one couple I know, they make spaghetti sauce but don't put it on pasta. It's just in a bowl.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, but they don't want to get fat.
Eat it like soup or something?
They eat it like a soup.
Good.
I
dip the bread. I use the bread as a spoon.
You can't dip it. They can't
I
have
know,
any bread.
but I do that.
Yeah. They have an apple. They have a handful of almonds. They have an avocado every day and a bowl of red sauce. When you go in their kitchen, there's literally 100 tomatoes. And I'm thinking, don't you get fucking sick of eating you gotta go to a bar and have a burger or something. It's just, it's unnatural.
Well,
it's unnatural.
What was that diet our guest earlier this week had about celebrities? What they eat honey, lemon juice, and pepper or something?
For 2 weeks, Naomi Campbell, and then I forget who else did it, but they just eat honey, lemon juice, and a couple for 2 weeks, and it cleans them out. Well, Naomi Campbell is in a bad mood anyway. Can you imagine when she hasn't eaten? She's always throwing her, her day planner at somebody or hitting someone in the. Then there was the woman that put charcoal in her food, right?
Yeah, crumbled it. Yeah,
crumbled it
because it absorbs the bad toxins.
Oh, God.
What I like is
bad
that
mood I'd be in.
The ugly Asian woman we had on that was against all of the dieting. Rose Wu was on, right? And she was very nice, but she looked like she could lose a few pounds. That's what I kept thinking during the interview. You ought to eat less. Let's go to Ed of upstate New York. When you say that, Ed, it's almost like you're in some sort of a prison somewhere.
I'm in Elmira, New York.
Are you the Ed that's on the show and there's something, I don't know all the characters of the show. Is something, you're something you bleed from your rear end or something horrifying?
Napkin, Ed.
Is that your name?
Something, they call me that sometimes, yeah.
Really? I have to be honest with you. You're kind of a character on Howard's show, and I feel as, I feel as though I'm, having you on this show, and it feels a little adulterous to me. You know what I mean? You're part of his group, Why aren't you listening to the rerun or something?
I don't usually listen to the show. I only like it because of Shuli.
Well, he's not here today.
I noticed.
Yeah, well, so you're having a rough time with the show.
Kinda. I just wanted.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? I just don't. I don't talk about the things you like to. What do you like? Would you like me to have more stories of people's asses bleeding? Would that be a
My
better
ass
subject.
don't bleed, motherfucker.
Why don't? Well, wait a minute now. Hold on a second. If they call you Ass Napkin Ed, then let's get it out in the open. What seems to be the problem then?
To keep clean, I put something in there.
And walk around all day?
Yeah. I'm cleaner than anybody you know because of this. I bet
Well,
you
So,
get
like, you
skid
just
marks in
rested-
your-
Can I tell you
between the
something?
slits.
If you just said you only listen for Shuley and you don't like me. I don't like. How about that? You ready for this? I don't like you. How's that sound? I don't like you.
I know.
Fuck you. You call up here. You put a napkin in your ass. Then you tell me you don't like me. You know what? Fuck
you don't
yourself.
like me because I don't say hello to you when I call. I called you.
You're calling for any other reason other than. I mean, I live enough with people who don't like me. I don't need to get on the radio and hear.
Why don't you like Howard?
I think Howard's fantastic. Why would you spread a rumor like that?
You're always talking shit.
Let's
about
take the napkin out of it and add hole, okay,
I'll
Ed?
take the napkin out.
Why don't we just go asshole, Ed? Why would you say something like that, knowing full well that a rumor like that could absolutely destroy me over here? Why would you say something like that?
I heard it on the radio.
Who said that?
You were being interviewed by Shuley.
And what did I say?
You said
No.
you didn't like him.
Bullshit. That's impossible.
I'll pull
No
the tape.
human being in their right mind at a station where a guy makes $1 billion fucking dollars would say anything that stupid. Are you kidding me?
What if you weren't on his station?
I would say whatever I felt like saying. I know one thing. If I wasn't at the station, I wouldn't have put up with your shit.
I don't have to put up with your shit.
Now, let me ask you a question. We've gotten out of hand here. Have you ever made a bong out of a toilet tissue roll?
I can't touch that. I can't
Why not?
touch that kind of material because it's too dry.
You mean you don't want to put your hands on the cardboard because it's too dry? So you have a thing about being dirty or something?
No, either the cardboard's got to be wet or my hands got to be wet.
So you got some sort of obsessive compulsive disorder?
Not at all.
Really?
It's just that
Totally normal.
I got dry skin.
Right. Do you put, what sort of lotion do you use? Maybe, I'd much rather hear how somebody has overcome the condition of dry skin. Is there a brand you use that people listening could start rubbing upon themselves?
Just water.
No. Water evaporates very quickly. If you have some oil or some lotion or something.
Oh, I get some lotions at Family Dollar.
Oh, really? You don't want to buy there. You don't want to buy that stuff.
No,
Anything that's 99 cents, how fucking good can it be? Huh? It's got to be shit.
It does the trick.
It does. Do you have a job, Ed?
I'm an SSA.
Oh, you collect something from the government.
Social Security, yeah.
Oh, please. You don't need all that shit. Take the napkin out of your ass. Stop with the dry skin and start living, Ed.
I got Section 8 I just got approved for, too.
What is Section 8? Is that to get some free rent?
Yeah, you can take it anywhere in the country.
You know what? Stop taking our tax dollars. Stop
What
it.
do you want me to do?
Get a fucking job and stop being a fucking nut. How's that sound? You're a nut. You say your skin's dry and you have a napkin in your ass. You ever see anybody on TV like that? Hey, let's welcome our next guest. His skin is dry. He has a napkin up his ass. All right, Bill, bring him in. Bring it. And excuse me, there's 80 more in the back. No, they don't have people like that. You've got to look in the mirror and go, "I'm something wrong with me. I got to stop it and get my fucking life together."
Right, like the bodybuilders, like they're too short, they're too tall.
Yes, they've got to look in the mirror and go, "I'm 5'6" and I'm the same width as I am high, and I'm an asshole, and I've got tattoos everywhere, and I look like I've just come out of a prison for fucking midgets." Yes.
You even talk about dogs, like a pure breed dog.
Horrible. You don't want a purebred dog. You don't want a purebred dog. They're jumpy. I'm glad, you've been listening to everything I'm saying, so let me tell you something. I'm now a huge fan of your ability and your recall ability. Your recall ability.
I remember it.
Yes. Well, look, you know what, Ed? I think we've started on the wrong foot. And I think
you were actually funny for a few minutes.
For a few
morning.
moments, I was hysterical for a few moments.
Maybe I'll start listening.
Well, thank you. You know what, Ed? Look, let's do a little cyber handshake here, and let's start over again. And, Ed, you and I are friends now. How about that?
Yeah.
I've gotten it out of my system. You've gotten it out of yours. Why don't would you hug me, or is my skin too dry for you?
Yeah, I'll hug you.
Okay. Well, we don't need to touch each other, but would you just pretend for a moment you're hugging me? You ready?
Yep.
All right. There you go.
It feels good.
I feel great. Ed, love you, man. Can't wait to talk to you again.
Yep,
Okay.
same.
You're beautiful.
Right.
Thank you, Ed.
Yep,
all right.
you too.
What a turnaround.
Wow, I really
Man,
like him.
I feel, you know what?
I really, really like him.
I feel like Dr. Laura right now. Okay. Now, after I do one of these cyber hugs, I'm exhausted. We'll be right back.
Oh, jeez.
The scene is wrong. The scene is wrong.
Here are the thrill seekers.
Oh, my God. Jay Thomas.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Howard 101.
You know, a lot of people want to go on quiz shows, and there is there is a group of individuals that knows how to do it. In a little while, we'll have Jonathan Corbla on. He has been, and a winner, of course, on Jeopardy, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Cash Cab, and on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, he got up to 125 grand, missed the question, and took home 32,000. And he also he dethroned the reigning champion a few years back, but he only won 13 grand on Jeopardy. But it's almost like when I was doing Jeopardy, there's something about hitting the button, the signal. I did Celebrity Jeopardy where they dumb it down. But you have to, if you hit the button early, the light doesn't go off.
And then you're canceled out for a second.
Yeah.
Or two. Yeah.
You
can't just skip it as fast as you want. Yeah.
No, you get canceled out. I did okay on it, but I'd get so excited, I'd hit the thing early. And then you get nothing but death threats because the real Jeopardy viewers hate when the celebrities come on and they dumb it down for the celebrities.
I like it because then I could get all the
Then I feel
answers.
smarter.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that the average viewer is supposed to be such an idiot, yet Jeopardy has been on for 30 or something years or something?
And then the stupidest game show comes after it, Wheel of Fortune.
That's not
Isn't that unbelievable?
show.
I hate
Yeah, I've done Wheel of Fortune too. You spin that big wheel.
Big money, big money,
Oh,
big
you've
money,
played
big
it?
money, big money.
Sure, I've been on all those, those two celebrity. I've been on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire too. I was the whatever.
With
something.
Regis or Meredith?
Meredith. Yeah.
Whatever.
They would ask questions of the people. I sat last night next to a guy at a bar. He recognized me, went on his iPhone, and while I'm sitting there, brought up my career and asked me about it. It was the oddest thing. Very
Did you
strange.
answer every question?
I did. I won $250,000. I couldn't keep a penny of it. It went to those fucking idiots. There was a woman on there who was obviously gay electrician, kind of a, nice woman, but, had that kind of butch look. And I said something like, I bet there's a lot of AC DC in your house, like that. And he got like a big laugh, and I don't think Meredith got it, that's what I liked about the show. I made like a little joke, and it made it through. Let's go to Jay of Nevada. By the way, I'm ignited by Ass Napkin. That was a turnaround for both of us. You heard something
That hug
very
a lot.
special. Yeah, I feel great. Yes, Jay.
Dude, first thing is that thing Ed is a apple, all right?
Okay, sure. You know what? We've already solved that problem. Well, let's not go into the past, okay? Let's not go
Let's talk about toilet bowls. I mean, we're talking about Ed anyway.
Yeah.
I have personally done it where I used it all by myself. You use the left hand for the other hole. You put it on your mouth, and you light it with your right hand. And when you're done, you let up with your fingers,
Yeah.
slowly, and you get a nice hit.
This is the toilet paper blunt. You're giving an actual description of the. I didn't know if you were talking about wiping yourself or smoking.
Oh man,
I didn't know where we were because you said Ed and then you went right into the fingers on the So you're talking about smoking. Have you ever used the paper from a tampon?
haven't got down to that level yet.
No, it's not down to a level. Not Garrett. What have you?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Exactly. You don't know what you're doing.
I have used a cigar. The metal cigar tube where you've used it there.
But how do you bang? What do you use to knock a tube in the metal cigar thing? How do you? That would take like an hour to do that.
No. At work, we got these little nails. You just poke a little hole there, bend it in there, and then you poke another hole, and use your thumb to hold it, and you can do it.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you're at work, and you're smoking out of a cigar tube, and then what sort of equipment do you operate after you get stoned?
Forklift.
A forklift. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, someone has to do the trade shows.
Absolutely. That's what I want is a stoned forklift driver running all over the place. Have you ever forklifted the wrong thing or dropped anything because of the marijuana?
I have never ever dropped anything, but I have put stuff in the wrong place before.
Oh, I'm sure you have. Have you ever missed with the fork thing? Have you ever tried to get it under the palate? You missed?
Oh, dude, I have never missed a hole.
Wow, great. Wonderful. Oh, all right, well.
Hey,
one after another.
Man, if you put it in the wrong spot, you know what that means? It's called job security. You got to go back and move it to the right spot.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's good time. All right, thank you, Jay. Garrett, were you saying that you have used biblical pages to smoke pot? Have you said that?
Well, you use the blank pages, though. You
don't use the ones that say something?
Just because, not for blasphemy reasons, just because I think the ink is harmful.
Well, yeah,
The
that's
gold
right.
lining around the page.
Yeah, you mean you wouldn't want to smoke a saying. You wouldn't want to
a psalm.
Yeah,
Isaac
you would
20.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see that going up in flames as you were. You wouldn't want to be doing. There will be fearful sights and great signs from heaven, and then whoof, something like that. Luke 21:11. You wouldn't want to.
That's your favorite passage.
It is one of my favorite passages. People go, how do you, you know what? I, thought about being a priest, and I loved going, oh, no, I did.
Come on.
No, I did.
Just to hear everyone's secrets?
No, you know what? I had a thing about being looked upon.
How long did you think about this?
A couple of years, worshipped. And now you hadn't had sex, so you didn't know what it meant not to have it. You're a kid, right? So, and I loved the priest and all of that stuff. And I would walk around and go, Hosea predicted the land will mourn, the birds of the air, even the fish will be taken away. And now, that's happening. Wow. So, oh yeah. All right. I mean, if you look back before Noah's flood, God said that the signs of the end of the earth would be birds entering the ark. Yeah. I'm not joking. When people talk about the end of days and all that, there's a lot of that shit happening right now. It's odd. Very odd. Now, of course, I get all my religion now from the History Channel. Well, every bit of it. That is the most blasphemous channel. I'm surprised they don't try and burn that channel down at the end of a show. You'll be watching and go, is there a God? And then you see the whole 2-hour thing. And at the end of it, you're going, Jesus, I don't know if there's a God or not. And you'll have a guy go, I think it's ridiculous that he believed King David actually was a goat herder. He only knew 4 people. I swear to God. That's what they said. There's no such thing as a King David palace. It would seem like the Muslims, the Jews, and the Christians would want to burn the History Channel down. They never get in trouble. Ever get in trouble. It's almost like because the guy has a big voice. By the way, is that guy with the big voice in Cleveland going to start being an announcer at the History Channel? He's been hired by the NFL, by some. Do we have his voice ready to go? It's amazing. We tried to get him, but he's a homeless guy.
Hey, we're going to make you work for your dollar. Say something with that great radio voice.
When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening to Magic 98.9. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You hear the guy?
And we'll be back with more right after these words. And don't forget, tomorrow morning is your chance to win a pair of tickets to see this man live in concert.
Now, he was an alcoholic, right, Garrett? He was a drunk?
I think for 2 years he's been clean.
Been clean 2 years. Now, and homeless and begging and all that. Now he's gotten jobs. He's cut his afro off and everything else. And I'm going to predict this right now. He will be back on the sauce in 6 months. The notoriety, the money and everything else is going to put that pressure on him that drove him to this in the first place. He is going to be living in a gutter in 6 months. That's how I feel.
I agree with you there.
He got off of it. The little bit of success he had as an announcer had driven the man nuts. And so now he's going to be even bigger, you know. And he does. He sounds just like the fucking Grease Man. He really does. Who I haven't heard for a while. Could be him. Let's go to Jerry. Another one from upstate New York. That's, where are you? Fucking Sing Sing? Where are you?
I'm upstate, buddy. Up where the state's beautiful, where we're busy paying all of our taxes to support you assholes down there.
Oh, shut up, you right-wing fucking jerk. You mean you're paying for ass napkin to have a clean something up his ass and SSI and all that? Please.
Now, with you mumbling idiots down there, just like we're paying through Sirius for your mumbling ass to be on the radio.
You want to hear something, Jerry? I am glad people that hate taxes pay them. I love it. You know what? When I saw the Pelosi handing the gavel yesterday to the big crybaby, why were they hugging and shit? Why didn't she go, fuck you, spit on the gavel and throw it at him? They hate each other. Why are they hugging and shit?
Party your party, and they got to suck ass to get the job done.
You know what? Why don't you tie a bomb to yourself and, go blow up the White House, you fucking right-wing Tea Party asshole?
Oh, I'm actually not a member of any party, to be honest.
Yeah, yes, you are. You sure are. You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself.
It ain't going to be real long, and that homeless dude that you're so convinced is going to be back in the barrel inside of 6 months. Hopefully, if Sirius has any brains, they'll get rid of you there.
Oh, you want me to be homeless? You want me to be homeless now, huh? Well, guess what? When I'm homeless, I can't wait to spend your taxes. I'm going to get all the shit that Ass Napkin has, and I'm going to dedicate it to you, Jerry. So tell you what, Jerry, keep working your ass off so Ass Napkin and I can live off of the sweat of your ass. How's that?
Yeah. The way you talk, you probably got millions in the bank, and you're probably sucking off the system now. You're just that kind of a scumbag.
Ha, 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 ha. Jerry, you know what, Jerry? Come on, you know something? Let's hug. Hold on. Oh, no, hold on, Jerry. This has gone far enough. Let's hug. Jerry. Come on, Jerry, give me a hug. Jerry, I know you're there. Give me a hug, Jerry. Jerry, talk to me, Jerry. I feel so cold. I'm losing you, Jerry. I'm losing you. All right, get rid of him. Let's go to, I'm frightened now. Let's go to Josh in North Carolina. Yes, Josh, it's Jay Thomas. How are you?
Hey, first-time caller.
Really?
I like your show. I was talking about your bong.
Why don't you hang up and listen to the answer to the question off the air?
Hey, hello?
Go ahead, I'm sorry. That's a stupid
the
joke.
toilet paper roll. I don't have something like that. I haven't smoked weed for 12 years. I'm in the military at Fort Bragg. But before I joined the military, I had a buddy went to a house, and this guy melted strawberry ice cream, and he had some contraption, and he put the liquid ice cream in this thing, and he froze it in the freezer. He brought it out, we smoked out of it, and then we ate it. You ever tried to
Wait a second. Wait. He blew the smoke in it, or he put the pot itself in it?
It's made of ice cream.
What he did is he melted the ice cream so it was liquid, laid it out on the counter for I don't know how long.
Right.
And then he had some a metal, a plastic, kind of like a
mold?
Yeah, like a mold, yeah. And then he put it in the freezer.
Right.
And then we had already smoked out of a bong or whatever, and he brought it out and he put the weed in and put it in there, had a carbon hole, and we smoked out of it, and then we ate it. I'm not sure if it maybe was ice cream or whatever, maybe it was unhealthy. I'm not quite sure to this day. But it
you mean you
great.
smoked something out of something frozen, then you ate the frozen thing that had the THC residue in it? God.
Yeah.
Did you get a special a stone out of that?
Stone.
I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe some long-term effects, but it was great. I mean,
now, Josh, you're there at Fort Bragg fighting for our freedom. Have you been overseas, and have you actually laid a bead on one of these Islamo-fascists and killed them?
Well, I've been deployed 3 times. The last was to Afghanistan.
Wow.
And they fucking, every one of them hate us. Not one of them like us. There's no, you could give them $1 million and they'd hate us. But the good thing about Afghanistan is you're driving to the countryside, I mean, you see fields and fields of just marijuana and opium. I mean,
have you done any opium over there? How do you have to dry the opium? How do you do that?
Well, I don't know. I never got messed with the opium. I mean, I know some soldiers that have, stopped on the side of the road and grabbed some, but a lot of them guys got hemmed up. But, I mean, if you're outside of a gunner's turret, you can just smell, especially in the summertime, you can just...
I can't imagine why they don't like us. You're driving through the countryside with a 50 caliber machine gun, Garrett and Kristina. Well, I don't know.
And you know what? Trying to get high.
You're grabbing opium. You got a helmet and a machine gun and a hand grenade. I don't know why they don't like us. I don't fucking get it. I'm fucking stunned. Don't they know? It's like Nickelodeon's in town. We're SpongeBob. How you doing? What's happening? Yeah.
That last guy that called complaining about the taxes, he's a fucking dipshit. Because for us, this year Congress gave us a 1.5 pay increase and lowered our housing rate.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can go fuck himself.
Well, now wait a minute. Let's get back to the thing. Have you gotten behind the machine gun and shot and seen people die like in the movies or Call of Duty? Have you done that Call of Duty in real life? Have you done that?
It's up like the movies, but I can tell you, all my family members will ask, have you ever killed anyone? And the same response is, we never stopped to find out. I mean, if you're, my MOS is just, we drive trucks from one place to the other. So if we ever had to shoot our weapons, we never went out in the field to find if we hit anyone or not. We would just call it in and then let the experts come in and do what they have to do. So
now there was a video a few years ago where these guys, but I don't think they were soldiers. They were these contractors, and they were loaded in the truck, and they were just shooting people in the street. And laughing. Their cars were going by and they were shooting them. You ever see guys do that? You ever do that? Just fuck it. I'm just going to have fun and shoot people. I'm on opium and I'm stoned. Yeah.
I've never seen that, but there's a lot of civilian companies over there. And what they do is, I don't really know what they do. I know they get paid a lot of money for the same thing that we do. And they get to drink beer and have a little more freedom than we do over there. But, I've never seen that in person like that. I mean,
if they made you a general tomorrow, and you've been there 3 times, what would you do?
Well, if I was made general, the first thing I would do is take away this repeal act of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and not let bags in the Army.
You're afraid someone's going to, in the middle of the night, crawl in your cot and suck your penis. That's the first thing you would stop.
No. I don't care what if they do their job. I don't give a shit about that if they're gay or not. It's just the extra training we'll have to get in fucking classes on how to be sensitive towards these soldiers. And, we're all becoming a bunch of pussies in America anyways.
Has anybody ever, during the class, rubbed your leg during the class?
No. Well, maybe my friend has, but, we're best friends. So that's
really? You and your pal rub your legs every now and again? Do you ever have the instructors hold hands while they're giving you the sensitivity thing? Or have you ever done a hug? I hugged Ass Napkin earlier and tried to hug the other fellow, but
you did a cyber You did a cyber handshake.
A cyber handshake. I did that. So first of all, you would stop the sensitivity training. That's first. And then you're the general. Now you're running it. Josh in North Carolina has taken, ladies and gentlemen, he's taken over the Army. You'd get the gay people, back in the closet again. Then what would the next thing be?
The next thing is I'd pull us out of Afghanistan and Iraq and bring us back home, I think.
You would bring everybody home.
Yeah, I'd bring everyone home, and then I would just send over a couple of bombs and then split up our homeland. You would torch Afghanistan, and you'd torch Iraq. Well, first I get the opium out and make a profit on it.
We get the opium out first. Now, okay, that's fine. I have to tell you, what you just said sounds ridiculous, but at the same time, I could not agree with you more. And you've been there, and every soldier I talk to, captains, generals, at the end of the day, they go, what the fuck are we doing? And yet, I don't even know I have no idea what the fuck we're doing. By the way, do you think these sons of bitches have ever left that area? They can't go down to the airport and get in an airplane and fly here. They got all those fucking stupid clothes on. They don't even have backpacks and shit,
In Afghanistan, there's only 2 highways in the whole country anyway, and to call them highways is ridiculous. So, I mean, the family mobile over there is a fucking motorcycle. I mean, you'd be driving down the road and you see a dad, a baby on his fucking lap, and then a wife behind him on a motorcycle. It's crazy.
Now, here's the worst part about it. Do you know that this is the first war that we've fought that the soldiers cannot get laid on the weekends? It's the first.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but you know what? I think it probably would be less stressful.
Absolutely.
If we were able to get laid, yeah.
Oh, no. In Korea, you could go get laid on the weekends. In Japan, in the Second World War, the Philippines, Hawaiian Islands, Burma, China. In Europe, my uncles, the French women, were just sucking their dicks the entire war. My uncles, that's all they talked about, was getting laid in Paris. I'm not kidding you. He said we fought for 2 weeks so that we could get laid in Paris. I'll never forget him saying that to us. He said, we got there, they were kissing us, they were, because back in the States, back in the 40s, the women didn't like to suck cock as much.
Yeah.
That's true.
What would you do if you were general, Jay?
I would do exactly what you're saying. Except I would announce, I'd come out of the closet and begin dancing with the lieutenant colonel, is what I would do. Just start acting silly. No, I would pull us out and get back home and and I would send the troops to Mexico. That's what I would do.
Well, you got my
I think that's really more dangerous to us than Afghanistan. That is some bad shit down there. Bad shit. And you know what? I would retake Cancun for the American tourist. That's my plan. That's right.
Jay,
yeah, I used to go to a nice little condo down there. I'm frightened to death to go down there now. Frightened to death. So, hey, Josh, thank you very much. Good luck. Are you going back anytime soon?
No, I'm actually out of the Army in like 4 months. And for some reason, every time I listen to the radio or on TV, weed keeps coming up. So I think when I get out, I'm gonna do that toilet paper. Smoke me a big blunt or something.
You ought to go on television and late night and sell that idea, or open a dispensary. Hey, Josh, thanks very much. It was great talking to you. Thank you. All right. Well, I have another thing to call myself, Jay Thomas, Great American. We'll be right back.
Jay Thomas.
It's the weirdest and the wildest.
Check 1, 2. Testing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to the Jay Thomas Show. It's obscene. It's wrong.
I like it.
This is what it sounds like.
Howard 101. Yes.
In just a little while, many people say, you attempt to lift people up, to inspire them, to wake them up, whatever. What inspires you? I've actually had those emails come in. What inspires you? That's right. Well, you'll hear that before this show is over. You'll hear what inspires me, and has inspired me every year for about 35 years, I would say. Unbelievable. And it's the way that I start every year, and it's the way that I lift my own psyche. You'll hear it, and it's something that I would recommend that you use from now on. And actually, right when my energy is starting to go down toward the end of the year, I go, wow, it's coming, and I'm going to be lifted again. So we'll be talking about that.
Wow.
Plus, yeah.
I can't imagine what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be inspirational.
No. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. So stay where you are. You'll hear my inspiration and some unbelievable audio. And Ira the Weatherman is in the studio.
Good
stay
morning,
where you are.
Jay.
Good morning.
Jay Thomas.
Oh, no, she didn't.
No.
Jay Thomas.
What?
Where mediocre meets good enough.
You are the opposite of helpful.
Howard 101.
Ira the Weatherman has some big weather news. Big weather news coming up in a few minutes. You want to call us? It's easy. 888-STERN-101. And Isabella St. James, who lived with Hugh Hefner. And, of course, the big news is Hugh Hefner is engaged. And a couple of his other former concubines apparently are upset by it. He's 84, and the girl is 24 years old,
yeah.
And she's madly in love. He bought her a $90,000 diamond ring. What's crazy about it is he's so old, he kept the lump of coal until it became a diamond. Yeah, thank you. I felt like Johnny Carson there for just a moment. And you were Ed McMahon with that stupid joke right there. There you go. They're right here, by the way. They're right here. The jokes are right here in front of me. Now, Ira, what do you use for inspiration? When you're down, Ira, and you go, I'm sad.
When I'm down and I'm
do?
sad,
What do you use?
I go to Yonkers racetrack.
You go to the racetrack, and
Yes.
and you bet on the horses?
I bet on I play the machines.
And how much do you put into a machine to lift your spirits?
I put in around $40.
And you and then what it's a dollar slot? What is it?
Penny slots.
So you put 4,000 pennies basically into a machine.
All right.
And then how many pennies?
And then Wednesday, $53 from it.
I got you. Hold on a minute.
$47.
Hold on.
from
I
it.
understand. Hold on. So you put in $40 and it says you now have 40,000 pennies. Is that what it
Right.
said? Okay. So now you can pull 1 penny or 5 pennies or 10. How many pennies per pull?
100 pennies I do. 100
Which is $1.
pennies. Yes.
Why don't you just go to the dollar machine, put $40 in, and then do 1 pull at a time?
That's taking a real gamble in Yonkers or in
It's a
any
gamble?
place.
Yeah, what's the difference? I don't get it.
Well, on pennies, you could win.
But on the dollar, you can't.
You can't.
So on the pennies, you win something.
Yes.
Because if you're playing 100 pennies, there's probably like 100 different lines. So you might win 2 cents, even though you bet $1.
Right.
So you don't.
So
lose
you
the
get
full
like
dollar every time.
5 cents back or something out of that.
Or 70 cents, you might still lose, but
you keep going.
Yeah.
Right. And how long would you, while your spirits are down, how long would you sit there at the penny?
I would sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours.
Do you ever get bored?
No, I don't.
What about cocktails? Do they bring booze around for you?
They bring sodas, waters, whatever you want.
And you win $40. You put it in. You walk away with $53.
$53. Like the other day, I hit for $88 besides my $43.
Wow.
$47,
$127,
$53.
$28.
$180.
Wow.
8.
Oh my God. And then after you do that, do you get a woman? What do you do? That's what the big spenders do. They go get a woman
and have a nice evening.
You get a woman and have a nice evening.
Yes.
That's how you lift your spirits. Okay, good. Just checking. Now, during the holiday around the New Year, do you do anything special at midnight on New Year's?
Oh yes, I kiss the women.
Kiss everybody.
Yes.
Where? At the raceway?
At the casino.
At the casino, you kiss everybody.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, 1982. I was in a tremendous personal, maybe financial, I don't know, but it was just awful. I had been a disc jockey. I had moved to New York. I got on television, and I got out to California, and that the show, I got canceled, not the show. It threw me off of Mork and Mindy or whatever it was. I couldn't get a radio job. I had no agent, no nothing. And I came back to New York. It was freezing cold. A buddy of mine said, you can, hang out here for a while or whatever. Everybody went out. It was New Year's Eve. I'm sitting on this, beat up couch, on 44th Street between 1st and 2nd. And I'm looking at the television, and I will never forget 1982. And I don't know why, but when let's play the inspiration, the thing that brought me back. It just.
On behalf of ABC and all of our New Year's Rockin' Eve friends, a happy New Year to you in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Right. 1982. And I don't know why, but Dick Clark, the people yelling, and I wasn't a part of it, but it was a few blocks from where I was, and it ignited me. And starting in 82, I got a big job. I signed with Don Buchwald, and I started acting and everything. And then every year I said, that probably happened because of this thing I do at New Year's. Every year since 1982, no matter where I am, I find a television. Sometimes I'll rent a room by myself. If I'm on the road or something, and go in and turn it on just in time. And of course, I still do it to this day. And this is what ignited me as 2011 came in. This is what brought me.
Okay, here we go now. 24, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
There you go. I can kind of feel the drool on me already, Garrett. Just the spittle. Yeah, that's what excites me. Turn it up. Let's hear it. Oh, boy. And then Dick gets on his walker, and then waddles away, and Ryan Seacrest helps him, Yeah. Wow. There you go. There you go. That's what does it.
I think Dick Clark must be in his 90s.
Well, he's old. He's had a couple of strokes. He's had some trouble. But boy, oh boy, that's...
Why do you think they still keep him on? Just to inspire you?
Yeah, perhaps. I think he owns the show. That's what I think. I think he...
But they could cancel the show.
No, they're not going to cancel the show. Or people might tune in to, see if they could hear at least one word. He did it one year, about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was, I don't know what language it was, right?
Yeah.
He was just had the stroke, and they drag him out, and they put him on there, I heard he was going to be replaced by Ebert, but they, that didn't work out. You're laughing at all of them today. I don't think I can do this on television. They'd take us right off. That's it. But anyway, that's my inspiration. So, also one thing we love to do is hunt for and find incredible, stuff. Now, Ira, we do have a weather. I think Garrett, we have the earthquake warning, don't we?
We do. Yeah.
We are. Stay right there. Don't run it yet. Ira, give us this incredible weather story that you've been sitting on.
This weather story today is very, very important.
Yes.
We're going to be getting around between 5 and 8 inches of snow
Right.
in the New York City area.
Now, Ira, when they say 5 to 8 inches, how
8
do they...
inches could be going to the suburbs.
The suburb. Now, what is the definition?
Like Staten Island.
That's a suburb.
That's right.
What is the definition of a suburb? What is that?
Suburb is like Long Island.
No, I know what they are, but what? There's the city, and then there's the suburb. What is that?
Suburb is different than the city.
So let's say you're
away.
A suburb is further away from the city.
Yes.
So I'm in the city. I look out of the window and I see a building. I know I'm in the city. If I look out of the window and I see some sticks and a tree, I know I'm in the suburbs.
Suburbs. That's right.
All right. That's great.
Private homes.
All of that stuff. Little children on tricycles, things like that. In the city, if you're a little child on a tricycle, a killer grabs you, and they have a
God forbid,
a killer grabs you, and they take you in their car and they do horrible things to you, and they have the thing on the freeway that says a child has been grabbed in the city. Correct?
No good.
No good at all. In the suburbs, children playing, everybody's having a great time. That's right. So now, how do they do the inches? How do they tell how many inches the snow is?
They know how many inches it is.
But they must collect it
They
in something.
measure it.
I know. What are they? Is it a pot? What is it?
Well, they know how much. They know.
Have you ever done this? This is a crazy thing to do. It's snowing, and it stops snowing, and you got a thing. And you take all your clothes off. Garrett, I think you've done this a couple times.
Well, you want to be a polar bear?
Yeah, no.
Take all your clothes off.
You take your clothes off. You become erect. Your penis becomes erect. And then you dive into the snow. And the average man's penis is about 6 inches, something like that, 7 inches long. And then you measure it when your penis hits the ground.
When you hit bottom.
When you hit
bottom.
You measure.
You ever do that?
You know that guy, Sam Champion? You know that guy, that weatherman?
Oh, Sam Champion. He died away altogether.
He's dead?
He must have committed suicide.
No, he didn't commit suicide, did he, Garrett?
He did not, no.
No, he's fine. He's
not
good.
even allegedly.
He's not even
allegedly.
around anymore.
Yeah. Well, yes, I think he's somewhere. But someone said that he's a nutty guy. And well, Ira, wonderful. All right, Garrett, now here in California, they say that you cannot be warned by anybody. They don't know when an earthquake is going to hit, but they know the big one is coming soon. In fact, I'm sitting on apparently some sort of crevice right now. I've looked at maps. It goes right under my house. I mean, we're fools, apparently. We're supposed to move or whatever. But this fellow set up a camera. It looks like at a playground, doesn't it, Garrett? Does it say what town the guy is in?
No, I want to say he's in like Washington or Oregon.
He's but the West Coast, they believe in Missouri also. There's the not the Cape, there's the Cape Girardeau. It's in that area where there's a New Madrid. The New Madrid it's a fault, the New Madrid fault. Yeah. Even New York has had them. This is our brand new warning system out here in the West Coast.
This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station live in the Network Park. Attention, citizens of California. Attention, citizens of Oregon. Attention, citizens of Washington. And attention, citizens of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Earthquake warning has been issued for California. It's going to be 9.0 or greater magnitude. People in California, you have to be prepared for a major earthquake. It's going to occur in September 2010. The earthquake will be so powerful in California and may destroy lots of houses.
There you go. There you go. He started coughing.
Destroy telephone poles. May destroy all kinds of transformers. And may knock all kinds of telephone poles over in California.
Yeah.
People in California, be prepared. Have your medical kits ready. Have your everything ready. And have
Garrett, is there anyone around this guy? There any helpers or anything?
The earthquake will be so powerful in California.
It looks like he's at a playground, and he just set up the camera. You know,
Be 9.0 greater man.
He's in like right outside the fence of a baseball stadium.
Yes,
but like a little league one.
Yeah, little league, and there are no kids to look at, so he started to do warnings.
Attack Montana, Idaho, and everything. People in California, be prepared for September 2010 major earthquake.
All right.
Have a nice day.
All right, have a nice day. That's what I like. Now, Ira, what did you think of that guy? He's warning people, you know.
Very nice.
I thought you'd think. Garrett, send that to Andrea, our producer, and see if she can book that incredible guy.
Will do.
You know, I mean, this homeless guy, he's got jobs with the big voice. This guy right here.
He's got a big voice.
There's a guy on TV yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He's Polish person, and he's
a
radio.
Polish. Wait, he's a Polish person.
He's poor.
Poor. He's a poor person. Yeah.
And he made it to radio. 98.9 FM.
He was poor. He was a homeless person, and now he's on 98.5 FM. Well,
98.9.
The homeless guy. That's what his line was. 98.
Oh, right.
Magic 98.9.
Where is that station located?
That's in Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
There's a Magic in Jersey that used to be Oldies 100.
Yes, okay. Let's go on. Now, Garrett, what other exciting audio do we have that we can listen to?
Let's see. Mm-hmm. We have the Tourette's camp, which I thought was pretty funny.
No, wait a second. Children or grown-ups, what age are the people?
They look to be young teens, like above 13 but below 16, I'd say.
Now, Tourette's has many different incantations. It can be ticks or jumps or bolts or whatever, but there's some crazy part of it. And I lived next door to a family, and the littlest girl, now this is a long time ago, I don't even know if there was a definition of it. We would be in the house, and there would be the mother, the father, the older sister. I was the, semi-boyfriend of the middle sister, and the little girl. The little girl would come into the room. Like she was 6 or 7, and she would go, "Get off the fucking couch, you fight!" She would just start cursing. And I, of course, was horrified, and no one did anything. They just, I guess the doctor or the psychologist or whatever, she would say the most horror. Now, I would go back home and say to my mother, my mother would go, "Oh my God, those people must talk horribly, horribly," meaning my mother thought the family must have cursed and then the child,
Picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the little girl had Tourette's. I mean, apparently, by the way, never saw, they moved away in the middle of the night, never saw the family again. Okay? Very odd family. Okay. And the daughters had regular names, but they called them like Mina and Tita and Bila, and the daddy they called Honey. Everybody called him Honey. Oh, it was very odd. Very odd.
And Tita and Tuta.
Yeah, crazy names like that. And the little girl would curse. And so I guess now, if that little girl was a teenager now, they would send her to this Tourette's camp.
When I see people, I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Nigger, like that kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Nigger! Yeah.
Ignoring the tics is the best policy, because to pay attention to them can make them worse. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah. Nigger!
She was in a Macy's, and 2 black people walked by.
You
right
mean
in
to
front
tell
of her
me?
mom.
I don't quite understand how, if they've never been taught that, or they've never heard it on television, or how it comes out. That's it's almost like the people that speak a foreign language, that have never lived in that country. You know what I mean?
She said,
yeah, but she can't. Don't say, don't say that, Ira. Don't say it. Don't say it.
We are.
No. Very rude. Very rude. Don't say it. So you mean, Garrett, it just comes out of her and she can't stop it?
I have the same question, too. Like, if you're not racist or people don't use that word, why would that word come out?
Well, I will tell you how she will be cured. And I promise you, this is a cure. When 4 black people beat the cold living shit out of her, I guarantee you the Tourette's will suddenly go away. Okay? And she'll move to some, Jewish derivation. You know what I mean? And then she'll do that for a while, and then 4 or 5 Israelis will kick her fucking ass, and she'll stop it. That's bullshit.
But it
Total
does
bullshit.
sound like when she says it, she knows she shouldn't be, so she's trying to, like, disguise her voice. I don't...
What, like The Exorcist? Oh, please. Please. Beat her fucking ass.
None of them have ever been to a teenage Tourette's camp before.
Right.
For the next 7 days, they'll be surrounded by 25 other teenagers who all have the condition.
Oh, shit! Fuck! What? Ow. That just scared me then. Someone showers out very loud. Fuck off! Shit.
My
ticks come and go, and they...
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Stop it. Hold on. No. Do not laugh, Ira. Do not laugh. What I would love, though, they've hired this, English announcer, a BBC show. They've hired this guy who sounds like he's had, scotch and cigars his entire life, right? So it's a job, right? He's been hired to be the voiceover. I know this from doing voiceovers. When you stop the tape and you're like sitting by your, don't you know this guy's going, "Good God Almighty, what a fucked up group of young people. Jesus Christ, how did I get this fucking job?" And then they give him the script and he goes, "And so they have no idea how
compassionate again.
Oh, yes. It is one of the saddest things. And then, fuck, shit, fuck. And he goes, "Jesus, I don't know if I can do this job anymore." All right, let me hear a few more seconds of it. Here we go. By the way, we want to say that this is a camp for Tourette's. It is very sad. It is not to be made fun of, Ira. And we are bringing this to you as a public service and as a way to listen and to try and somehow figure out, how can we help these poor unfortunates. Go
I'm
ahead.
not saying swears like big words, And I say like fucking camp like that, and I don't really mean what I say.
Now, they're at lunch.
Particular tics that I've noticed quite a lot is Jess's, when she has quite a lot of vocal tics.
But I think the rest from here on out, it's hard to hear.
Right. Now, I got to tell you, when you can sit and quietly discuss it, I find that a little unusual. Don't you? I bet you if every time you said it, you know what's a cattle prod? You know those cattle prods? Give them a blast. Yeah. Just cattle prod them. I believe in that stuff. They don't do that anymore. I don't know if you know this or not, but I want to say the guy that was the king during the Revolutionary War, and there was a great movie made about it and books. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. I felt good. He, believe it or not, had a
catheter?
A urethric poisoning that was making him act crazy, right? And he was the king. And they didn't know what to do with the guy. But one of the treatments was when he would act up or be crazy, they would tie his ass to a chair and beat the shit out of him. He's the king. Right? And finally he was cured, but they think that the disease went away. But years ago, when you were nuts, they would send you to an insane asylum and they would just beat the shit out of you.
Well, I mean, they would stick ice picks up your nose and destroy the front part of your brain. And
well, yes. That was,
if you're nuts, you go to Bellevue Hospital.
Yeah, we go to Bellevue Hospital.
Belong.
Well, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, but that's that. So you go to this camp and then, there's another thing. You separate all these people and you move them someplace where that type of language would be more accepted. Mississippi, Alabama, Wyoming, you know what I mean? Where you could just drop them there and they would sound like regular folk, Garrett.
I wonder what black people with Tourette's say.
I don't know.
If it's just a disease and affects everyone the same, they should say the same word, but I doubt that they do.
I think body parts would come into it. I think body parts. Don't you have that little girl with Tourette's that her father's trying to help? Don't you have her? Poor little girl whose father is trying to teach her how to have Tourette's. You have that? It's an instruction by a father to his daughter. And, of course, this guy, in my estimation, should be arrested and put in jail. But instead, he is on, YouTube and everywhere else, and millions of people have visited this site to hear this guy.
This site that, it's not, the videos aren't loading on that site that.
Why not?
I don't know.
Have they taken it down, maybe?
It's like they're updating the site or something. Everything's all
right. Okay.
I could try to find it on YouTube.
We'll try and figure it out. But there's a guy who's getting his kid to say all kind of horrible stuff, right?
Yeah.
Teaching the kid, So, Johnny of Mississippi. My God. Unbelievable. Line 1. Johnny of Mississippi. Yes. Good morning. What is going on with the fucking phones? I can't get rid of him. I can't hear him. What's the matter with him? Get off. Let's go to Mark of Ohio. Hello, Mark. It's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, Jay. Pretty good.
See
How
this?
you doing?
Listen to this telephone. Clear as a bell. You and Ass Napkin have had the clearest signals today. Do you have a napkin in your ass right now, by the way, Mark?
I just took it out. But as the day goes on, I'll probably have to replace it.
Put one later on.
Because, Jay,
yes, Ira.
Some of these cellular phones don't work too great. So they have to use a regular phone.
Okay. Mark of Ohio, tell us what you want to tell us. Go ahead.
Well, back in college, we had a good friend who lived with a girl who had Tourette's, and she didn't have the
cursing.
Shit.
Yeah, she had tics.
She was a grunter.
Yeah.
And me and my roommate used to go over there, and I'm since sober now because I didn't really need a reason to drink, but we used to play a drinking game with her grunting that, every time she would grunt, we would, take a drink. And as the night progressed, we would get shit-faced because, she couldn't control him very well. And
did she know you were doing it?
Well, that's the thing. As we got progressively more shit-faced, it would become clearly more and more obvious that we were doing it. Like, she would grunt, and I'd be like, "Hey, Pat," And then when she realizes that, we're objectifying her malady.
Now, do you feel that you will burn in hell for that?
That's probably not the thing that's going to do it, but it's not helping my cause.
Did he end up with her? What a good guy to be dating a woman who grunted. Did you ever hear them in the bedroom having sex?
No.
I wonder if
she was actually a real scumbag.
You mean she had Tourette's and she was a scumbag?
Oh yeah. So, she stole a bunch of shit, and I think she has a kid now. I don't know if the kid has Tourette's, though.
It's amazing, isn't it?
The Jay Thomas Show. You're doing it wrong.
On Howard 101.
By the way, you want to send me an email or something, it's jthomasshow@gmail.com, right? jthomas.com is another thing you can go to. Shuley is in Vegas today, but he'll be back with us.
Good luck to him. Good luck.
Next week, Ira the Weatherman's here. And one of the hallmarks of this show is we have such incredible turnover. No one gets fired. They quit. They move on. We had Kevin Kraft. He would ran the equipment and everything else and would help us with the audio.
Kevin, he did his work wonderfully.
You enjoyed him? He's moved on to California. He's going to be a screenplay writer.
Good luck to him.
Now, of course, we have Al, who we met earlier this morning.
Big Al.
Yeah, now, I'm not there. I can't see Al. Ira, please describe Al for me and the others that are listening. Oh, what size person is Al?
I would say around 5'7".
Nah, close to about 6 feet, but close.
5'7". That's short. You called him Big Al, then you gave him a short.
Big Al.
Big Al. What's big about him, Ira? What's so big about him?
Does his work.
Oh, that's his work.
Knows how to do his work.
Knows how to do his work. Now,
been working over here since last April, May.
He's only been with us today. I don't know Al. So we'll call him Big Al from now on. We'll just give you that Big Al. Now, Ira, you've been watching him. What does it look like his job is?
His job is he's answering the phones. He's doing it really, really great.
Really?
Answering. This is a Jay Thomas show.
Right. Now, who's better, Al or Rich the epileptic?
It's combined. It's tied.
It's a tie.
That is right.
Well, I got something to work for now, so that's good.
Yes, you do. You're trying to be. Now, everybody here, Rich the epileptic had an illness. Of course, we're always kind to people with illnesses, aren't we, Ira?
Well, Jay, we have to be kind to everybody.
That's right. And
we're like brothers and sisters in this world.
Right. I don't know why we're talking it one word at a time, but we are. But anyway, he never had a fit in front of us, which upset a lot of us.
Never.
But then you had Kevin lit his hair on fire, and I think Garrett said this a few moments ago. People that come from the Howard Stern world, normally there's something odd about them, something off. Al, is there something that you do? Do you have an illness? Do you have a
maybe he pulls his cock? Who knows?
I don't know what he does. Is there something that you do that's odd?
Not really, and a lot of people have said something to me about that I seem like a normal person, and I think it's bothering people that there's something wrong with me.
Are you a virgin? That could be a thing too.
No, not a virgin.
Are you a gay?
Gay?
No, I'm not a gay.
You can be.
All right.
You can be. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
So, and then you applied for the job, and what were you doing before you worked at Howard 100 and 101?
I was working at my college radio station at St. John's, and I applied for an internship here. And
St. John's University?
Yes, sir.
In
Queens.
Flushing, Queens.
Yes,
Can you let him finish, please? So you were doing it, you became an intern, but a lot of interns, they say thanks a lot and see you later. Why do you think they kept you?
Well, I didn't intern with Howard. I interned with music production, and a job opening came up at the last week of my internship, so I got lucky and I met the right people, so it worked out good.
So your friends must think that there's dope smoking and naked women and all that. You should write a book. Right? It's pretty quiet back there, isn't it?
No, it's a lot of fun though. It's good.
Yeah, but they're not naked women running around and all that.
Not where I'm working. Not at Riley Martin's house.
Now, wait a minute. You go to Riley Martin's house and engineer his show?
Yes, we do a show from Riley's home studio.
What is his home like?
It's a lot of fun. Let's put it that way.
You mean it's
not your typical radio station?
I know, but is it like a stinky place?
It's unique. It is very unique.
No, but I mean, what does he do for money? What does he do for a living?
He pretty much, and he talked to Howard about it this week on the show on Monday. He pretty much just does the show.
And he wanted more money.
Yep.
I see. How'd that turn out?
He actually doesn't really want more money. He wants more time. He wants more hours on the air. Right. That's really.
So you go where he sleeps and eats. When you ever go in there, there are dirty dishes in the sink and the bed.
No, I do. We're in the home studio section of the house when we go there. So
does he have a wife?
Yes, he does.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And a family? He has children?
I've only met his wife, but I think he does have children and grandchildren.
What does the wife act like?
She's actually a very nice lady. I met her a couple of times. I usually only meet her when we do the 7 o'clock show because his usual show's at midnight.
He's off, isn't he? I mean, he's like off his rocker.
I'm not really sure. I mean, he's always been really cool to me. He's a very unique guy. And
do you believe in the outer space people and aliens and all that shit? Do you also believe in that?
Due to conflict of interest. I'm not allowed to state whether or not I believe in Riley's.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. Well, he's got an interesting story. I'll give him that.
What his story is that he went to outer space?
He claims that when he was a kid he was abducted by aliens, and it happened twice after that, and he met an alien who told him that one day the Earth was going to be invaded, and there was going to be a mothership that comes and takes us up, and you need to buy one of Riley's symbols, otherwise you're not going to get onto the mothership.
What is the symbol of? What does it look like?
He hand draws them. It's basically, it starts with a circle, and then within the circle there's different shapes and colors and things like that. He makes them all from scratch.
Wow. And you have one of those in your home?
I actually don't have a symbol.
You don't have a symbol.
I don't have a symbol.
Don't have a symbol.
I think
so. When they come, you're toast. You're done.
I think the tradition is that when you're done working for Riley, I think you get a symbol before you're done working with him. So
okay.
I might get one day. I'm sure.
Well, we don't have any things over here. We'll shoot you the bird every now and again. You can take that as a symbol.
Yeah. Okay.
If you'd like it. Tell you to get the fuck out or something. But Big Al, thank you. It's great to have
Big
you.
Al.
Thanks,
on the
Dave.
show
Welcome
Friday mornings.
It's good
to
to be
the J. Thomas Show.
Thank you, Ira.
That's
it's good to be on the
exactly
show. Thank you.
What are you going to be doing over the weekend, Big Al?
I don't ask. We've had enough of Big Al. Who gives a shit what he's doing over the fucking weekend? You don't ask a boring person what they're going to do over
Garrett,
the weekend. Something fucking
I know
boring.
you're going to see the Jet game this weekend.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go Jets.
Thank you, Ira.
And,
I love
Jay, where are you going to be spending the weekend?
Right here in a cot. I'm going to be in a cot.
This weekend?
Yes.
When
I
did
am
the
going to
Saints play?
celebrate in Yonkers. I'm going to be writing autograph
All right, hold on a minute. What I love is when you see, I'll be sitting in an office, like, let's say I'll go to the doctor's, dentist, or whatever, and it'll be Friday. And you'll see people who are totally fucking boring, sitting in like a white outfit with a big giant ass, eating a fucking donut or something. And the woman next to him goes, so Shelley, what are you doing this weekend? And I'm thinking, who gives a fuck what Fat Shelley is going to do over the weekend? It's amazing to me. And then Fat Shelley goes, well, I think Bob and I might be going to Temecula to visit his mom. And we're going to take our dog to the vet. Really? What's the matter? And I'm going, shut the fuck up. Who cares? For Christ's sakes. Jesus. All right, let's go to Bill of New Jersey. Bill, it's almost over. Have you enjoyed any portion of the show today, Bill, at all? Any of it?
It was simulating, Jay.
It was simulating. Yeah. Enjoyed that. All right. Do you have a job, Bill?
No.
Yeah, that's good. Great. All right. What are you doing this weekend?
I just wanted to talk about what a bunch of jerk-off series turned out to be, Jay.
Okay. You know what? Thanks. That's great. We're out of time now, Bill. But I tell you what, Garrett, give me my home number because I'm doing shit over the weekend. All right. Shut up, you fucking jerk.
Hold on to your seat.
The world is listening.
You're going to be absolutely amazed.
The biggest coup of the century. Oh, it's controversial attacks and subject matter.
Ladies and gentlemen!